Hello and welcome to Thought for December the 3rd. Our readings are Job chapter 3 and 4, Jonah chapter 4 and Hebrews chapter 10. And our thought is, you have need of. Is there anyone who thinks they do not need anything? With Christmas in 3 weeks' time, the younger ones especially will think of the things they need and that it would be good to get. Our readings today in Hebrews say, "For you have need of endurance, so that when you have done the will of God, you may receive what is promised." Chapter 10, verse 36. Endurance. We live in a world, at least in this country, that is very impatient. It is said, this is the now generation. Until recently it was easy, and still is to some extent, to get what you want now and pay later. The folly of this attitude has become apparent in the problems some experience. But the letter to Hebrews also tells us, do not throw away your confidence which has great reward, as the writer says in verse 35. You throw or give away the things you do not need. But confidence? If we have that is confidence in God's oversight in all that has happened, and confidence in the future, of which he also has oversight and can intervene as he chooses. We saw reasons on this in our readings in Job and Jonah. Both men had, at least temporarily, lost sight of the will of God in their lives. But if we have committed ourselves to be children of God and live for him in faith, we will keep seeking to see more clearly that God is in overall control, and then we will realize more of his purpose in the things he allows or causes to happen in the world and in our lives. Look at how our Hebrews chapter ends. My righteous one shall aim to live by faith, and if he shrinks back, my soul has no pleasure in him or her. But we are not of those who shrink back and are destroyed, but of those who have faith and preserve their souls. Verse 38 and 39. This reminds us of the words of Jesus himself. The one who endures to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations. And then the end will come. Matthew 24, verses 13 and 14. It seems to be at last true that all nations have had the chance to hear the gospel, and we all have need of endurance until the end in this godless world. And how soon now? Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the Word of God, remembering that Word is a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.